Oh God, it's terrible. I never seen nothing like this before.
Right in front of my gate, that. Jesus have mercy, God. Look on the road. I road that now. I road that, people. For Burton, I road that. That is the road. Have mercy, God. You all up.
So it's the morning after the storm.
I tell you.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness shocked the nation when he revealed that Hurricane Melissa caused damage equal to nearly 1/3 of Jamaica's GDP.
And there are no rivers.
It was a number so
like
devastating that it silenced the room. But while Jamaica tried to grasp the scale of that loss, the real story was sitting in the mud outside a shattered home in Catherine Hall. There, Narva Maxwell Taylor, barefoot and exhausted, described how floodwater smashed through her home like a raging river, destroying everything she owned. Her belongings lay outside in soggy piles, the air thick with the smell of mold and decay. She spoke softly, grateful to be alive, but her eyes revealed fear that help wasn't coming fast enough. Her community looked like a graveyard of memories, and her story was only one of hundreds. Melissa didn't just hit Jamaica, it exposed Jamaica, and the scenes unfolding across other neighborhoods were even worse. Catherine Hall looked like a broken world. Homes were filled with mud, refrigerators toppled over, children's toys buried in silt, and a heavy smell of stagnant water hung in the air. Families described climbing onto countertops as water rose with terrifying speed, carrying away clothes, books, and personal treasures. Some homes had waist-deep water within minutes. Parents held on to crying children, praying the walls would hold. When the storm finally passed, the silence felt cruel. No officials, no relief. Just stunned residents standing in front of ruins that once held their lives. Many had no shoes, no food, and no idea where to begin. The emotional weight was heavy, fear mixing with frustration as hours turned into days. People didn't just lose homes, they lost stability. And yet, these were not the communities suffering the most severe isolation. Because just over the hill, another district was facing an even darker reality. At the Operation Blessing relief line, hundreds waited for hours in the sun, hoping for a small bag of food or bottled water. Some leaned on walls for support, others sat in the dirt, too tired to stand. Supplies ran out almost as fast as they were handed out. Pastor Mary Wildish described the devastation bluntly. Some people lost everything, not even underwear left. In Mount Carey, the situation was even more dire. Homes weren't just damaged, they were gone. Crops flattened, livelihoods erased, roads destroyed, leaving entire families trapped with no water, no food, and no aid. Erica Jenkinson, dusty and drained, said no official had reached them. "Nobody come!" "Nothing reach us," she said, voice trembling. People were collecting rainwater, rationing scraps, trying to survive. This wasn't a delay, it was isolation, and the urgent cries finally forced a response from Jamaica's leader. When Prime Minister Andrew Holness addressed the nation, his tone was heavy. He confirmed that Melissa had inflicted catastrophic damage. Roads swallowed by landslides, bridges washed away, and entire communities cut off. Then came the sobering truth. The government lacked the helicopters, engineers, and medical teams needed to reach isolated areas. It wasn't neglect, it was capacity overwhelmed. Holness stressed that contingency planning must improve, but the immediate needs were overwhelming. People needed water, shelter, and medical care now, not in days. And while relief efforts were mobilizing, many would still feel the delay. His message acknowledged helplessness, but also resolve. Yet even as the government struggled to mobilize, something powerful was happening on the ground. Ordinary Jamaicans stepping into roles the system couldn't fill. And one unexpected voice became a source of calm amid growing panic. In the middle of the chaos, a surprising leader emerged. Crazy Neil, a Montego Bay DJ trapped during Melissa, who used his platform to urge calm. He understood the fear residents felt because he lived through it. When he encouraged patience and unity, people listened. They trusted him. Churches opened their doors as shelters. Youths cleared debris with their bare hands. Volunteers carried supplies through mud when vehicles couldn't get through. Jamaica's spirit, resilient, resourceful, unbreakable, rose before official help did. But even as people worked together, something unsettled lingered in the conversations. Melissa didn't behave like any storm they remembered. It intensified too fast, hit too hard, shifted too unpredictably. Veterans of Gilbert and Dean said Melissa felt different, like a warning. And scientists soon confirmed exactly that. Deputy Mayor Dwight Crawford walked through debris-covered streets with mud caked on his boots and sweat soaking his shirt. His own home was damaged, his family without water or power, but he left them behind to help others. He directed tractors clearing roads, reassured residents, and reminded them that leadership wasn't about comfort. It was about presence. People said seeing him on the ground brought hope when hope felt impossible. But even as they reopened pathways and restored small pockets of normalcy, a larger question echoed across the island. How did Melissa become so powerful, so fast, and with so little warning? It wasn't just a natural disaster. It was something more. And scientists revealed the unsettling truth behind its explosive strength. Scientists studying Melissa gave a chilling explanation. The ocean was unusually warm. So warm it turned the storm into a Category 5 monster almost overnight. Melissa wasn't unpredictable. It was the new normal in a world shaped by climate change. Warmer waters fuel rapid intensification, leaving countries with less time to prepare. The Caribbean, especially Jamaica, is now at extreme risk. Steep hills, aging infrastructure, dense coastlines, all amplify destruction. Melissa was a preview, not an exception. And as the science became clear, so did the next step. Jamaica needed global help fast. But when that help arrived, it sparked another kind of storm. Aid came quickly. A French warship with supplies, $24 million from the US, the Royal Navy from the UK, and thousands of shelter kits and lanterns. Jamaican groups abroad filled containers with essentials. Yet many communities on the ground saw nothing. No food, no water, no support. Residents watched news reports showing aid arriving but felt invisible as days passed without relief. Logistics were blamed. Distance was blamed. Resources were blamed. But none of that mattered to people who were hungry, thirsty, and isolated. And just as global donors celebrated their efforts, one international figure stepped forward with a statement that ignited the biggest debate of the entire crisis. His accusation sent shockwaves through the region. Irish billionaire Denis O'Brien publicly blasted the UK's £7.5 million relief pledge as paltry compared to Jamaica's estimated £5 billion rebuilding cost. He argued that Britain's colonial past, extracting wealth, damaging the environment, weakening the island's resilience, left Jamaica vulnerable to storms like Melissa. His message sparked fierce debate. Some Jamaicans agreed, saying true aid must address historical harm. Others argued that politics should wait until people had food and water, but O'Brien's words forced a global conversation. Rebuilding Jamaica isn't just about today's disaster. It's about centuries of inequity still shaping its future. And as families stand among mud-soaked ruins, one question echoes louder than any storm. Who will stand with Jamaica when the world stops watching?